You often send me these topics in advance, and I have to say, when you sent this one to me, I thought, where were you when I needed you? 10 years ago. It's such a good topic. So, could you start by defining parenting whiplash and why it's such a common experience for parents of teens?
Yeah, sure. So the whiplash effect that I hear from so many frustrated and exhausted parents who just desperately want to change the few things from their child or maybe do it totally differently and have incredible intention and are setting out to do this and then end up in a whiplash. And it sounds like I want to do this different, but I will do what I know because that's what our brains do. I'm going to do what I know. So I need to, be strict and I need to be firm and let my teenager know who's the boss. And then there's the 180, which is I want to do this different. I'm just going to ask nicely and, not yell, and then end up walking on eggshells and then not saying what they want to say. And then their teenager is the boss of them. And so that didn't work. So they go right back to the first one. So that doesn't work. They go to the second. It's like, and it's like this whiplash effect.
So, this fluctuation in parenting styles, it can erode trust and respect. And so, how does this inconsistency affect the long term dynamics between parents and their teens?
Yes. Yeah. So the inconsistency of trying one and the other and one and the other, and neither one is really working, which is also scientifically proven, is that your teen doesn't trust what they're going to get from you. And so they actually start pushing more of your buttons. They start getting more disrespectful. They start getting more defiant. Even when you ask nicely 1,000 times, even when you come up with stricter consequences to let them know who's boss, they just continue to push and push and push. And the acting out, like backtalk and lying and school engagement and all of those things start to happen more, even though you're like, but I'm trying to do something different. And I think it erodes the parent confidence, and the disconnection between you and your teen grows, because this is the years where you most definitely need to solidify yourself as not only their trusted ally, doesn't mean best friend, but also the safe, that hanging on to the kite, like you're the anchor and they miss that kind of section. And so it can really create disconnection that's amplified into the adult years because you were doing your best, but kept doing the whiplash and didn't get the support to find which one actually works and why.
So, what can parents do then? Because I actually feel this one deeply. I had to unpack some of the ways I was parented with my kids, and I did go back and forth, confusing myself and my kids, I'm sure.
Yes.
But it's hard because it's not instantly natural to adopt a different way of parenting.
No.
So what do you do?
Well, and it's also hard because we were raised in a modality of parenting that was disproven in 1960.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
Depending on who you are as a listener, that could be when your grandparents were raised, and it came down to, it could be when your parents were being parented. And it's just still very prevalent in the school system. And so this is no shade on any lack of intelligence to any parent listening. This is, you were just never taught that. And I want to say also, your brain is wired to repeat what it knows. Even when you say, I swore I would never do that, or you hear your parents' words trickle off your lips and you're like, no. This is about your brain's wiring for habitual action. So what happens is you have a gut feeling of that you want different. You know you want different, that because what you learned and what you're trying aren't working. But because nobody teaches us this, nobody's told you the research-based middle ground. I want you to hear that. There is a research base, decades old, that lives between the 180 degrees and it's down at the 90, right at the 6 on the clock. Yeah. And I would say get support. Reach out to, like, I've got a lot of free resources. Reach out to someone. You're not necessarily going to find it in a podcast or a book or whatever, because even though those are all amazing tools by experts beyond myself, Now you're just going to the buffet and trying a little bit of everything, and then you go holding your team and you try a little bit of everything, and even other great tools, you're still inconsistent, so it's not working. You got to plant yourself and stick to like 5 key things and work those. More is not better.
You know why I love having you on this show is because you attach names to things that I never knew were a thing. I didn't realize parenting whiplash was a thing. I thought maybe I was the only one going through life like this. I
Oh no, it's
love
so
that
common.
it's yeah, and I love that because it's so relatable and it instantly makes me feel better. So I'm sure it makes it people listening feel better. But also to know that it's something that it can be fixed, right? And that's what I think what we
Absolutely it
all want to
can.
know. It can be
Yeah.
fixed.
And
So
it's not your fault. The tools are
yeah.
available and you don't have to do it alone.
Well, as always, Aly, thank you. Just a great topic. I was really excited to talk about this one. But of course, because, we only have so much time, we're going to go way deeper on this on the blog on whatshesaidtalk.com. But if parents want to have some one on one time with you or maybe find out more on your site, where can they go?
Alypain.com, ALYPAIN. Under my website, there's resources, lots of free stuff. There's a banner at the top with a free masterclass, and on social media at Aly Pain.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Aly, so much.
Thank you.